Sarah here with Easy Adaptive PE. Today I am going to talk about how do we manage behavior during testing disruptions. So a lot of the times there will be these testing schedules and they will really kind of mess with your schedule as an adaptive phys ed teacher. Sometimes maybe you won't have class when you think you did. Maybe your class is 20 minutes instead of 45 minutes. And so what happens is those students, their day is completely disheveled, right? And so what we might happen to see is some of those behaviors increase. So we're going to talk about what we do about that. All right, so as always, like, subscribe, and ring the bell, all the things, and I will keep making these videos. Testing season, this means that things are a little bit less predictable, which means students might be a little bit more stressed. First, we have to expect some flexibility. What we're going to do is have quick backup lessons. So if, for example, we didn't know we were going to have class at this time and now we do, or our class has been shifted, or it's 15 minutes less or more than it was supposed to be, we want to have all these little backup activities or lessons in our back pocket so we can pull them out. Really simple things. We're not reinventing the wheel. We're not going to introduce a brand new sport or activity at this point. It's really simple games that we know that our students will play and are excited to be a part of. The other thing is you want to keep your structure. I know that's so hard to do, especially if maybe you get kicked out of your space. Maybe for some reason you don't have the gym today because they need it for testing, or there's another big special event happening. You really want to do your best to keep your structure and your routine so those students aren't feeling like they have no idea what's going on, because then when you're unsure of yourself and you're not confident and you're a kid, your behavior is going to go through the roof. Make sure you're keeping that same opening and closing at the very least, and continue to use all your visuals. Bring them with you wherever you end up going. Next thing you're going to want to do is to build in those sensory breaks. So maybe typically during your class you've gotten it down to maybe one sensory break a class, or maybe you don't have any. That's beautiful. But if things get changed and now all of a sudden you're in a different space for less time or at a different time of day, you're going to want to add in a few sensory breaks, not only for the kids but for yourself, for the paras, in case you need to regroup, in case there's a kiddo having a behavior. You want to make sure you have that equipment ready to go so that you can just kind of settle everybody else over here. Okay, take the sensory break. We are going to have to, deal with this behavior one way or the other. We have an extra 15 minutes of class, so let's figure this out together. Remember, as you are the adult, you are the teacher, we have to practice that patience and empathy. Chances are behaviors are going to increase. Chances are we might not be able to get those kiddos back down to a level that they're going to be able to participate, right? Because things are changing and they don't know why. And so you need to remember that a lot is going on in this little kiddo's body and in this little kiddo's brain, and we need to just have that patience as the adult and understand it's not something that they're doing to give us a hard time or make our lives harder. They're just learning to regulate. Overall, though, with a little bit of preparation and a lot of flexibility and patience, can manage those behaviors and still make adaptive PE be the highlight of those kids' day, because that's at the end of the day, if you're making it joyful, no matter where it is, how long it is, how much equipment you have, if you're making it joyful and inclusive and meaningful to those students, they're gonna still have a good time, and those behaviors will decrease. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.